Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new night review. Behind me is the new Geely's Starray EMI. This is their plug-in hybrid. We're going to check it out, exterior interior details at night. So without further ado, let's just jump into the night review. Okay, here it is at night, new Geely Starray EMI. Now, beautiful green color. It really stands out. It's not your classical metallic color you can see on every car. There's a little dose of elegancy to this. Now, let's show the key fob. If you haven't checked my detailed day review, I suggest check it out. I'm gonna unlock the car so you can see the headlights and turn signals. So you can see the daytime running lights on the top and the main headlights are below. Now, let's do a walk around here because I think I've set 10 seconds for the coming, leaving home. You can see the beautiful front end. And I like the new car industry standard where the headlights are below so they're not blinding other drivers when you're driving in an SUV. Now let me show you the profile here. So really an elegant SUV. Now I'll lock it and unlock it one more time so you can see that even from the sides of there. And let's check out the rear. So the rear reminds me of the Geely's EX5, the electric version. Very similar taillights, nice and connected. I like that part. And this is the view at the rear. Very elegant SUV, the Starray EMI. It's an amazing SUV. It's amazing plug-in hybrid as well. Now, let me hold the unlock button and open the cargo. So, whoops, wrong button. So holding the opening for the tailgate. There we go. So opens a nice and tall enough for most of you. Now inside we have a cold light on the left. So you can see that it illuminates everything fairly okay. But to be perfect, I would put the light on top of the tailgate. That would perfectly illuminate everything else. You can see underneath if you need to access something. And let's close this up. Now, you can see this one is white. Press to close. Okay, now you can see those LED turn signals. So when you approach the car, it unlocks. So let me show you the back first. Now you can see this one is on. You can see the top lights are illuminating the rear bench and the footwell. So it's pretty solid. Now I don't see the USBs illuminated. Maybe when you open the front door. Nope, there are USBs at the bottom there, but looks like no illumination. Now, on the front, you have the ambient lights, same as on the dash. Unfortunately, nothing on the rear door. It would be really nice if they added that. Now, there are dedicated footwell on the front. You can see the top light right there, and it illuminates the seats. Fair enough. Now, let me jump in. Easy entry. Okay, switching to wide lens. Now, for those of you who are new to the channel, there's going to be a separated night point of view driving review. Now, I'm going to put it to drive so the lights go off. So this is the night point of view. Now I'm going to put it back to park. Okay, zooming back in. Okay, you can see this little light. It's the new ADAS feature, so it's monitoring your eyes and something that's a little bit sensitive. Now, I would always go and ask in service to disable that permanently, but thanks to the new EU laws, this one is annoying. You have to each drive say disable and this one as well, or if you're filming point of view. So those are some of the new ADAS features. So this one's still on, but I think it's just not gonna pop messages. Now, let me just show you here a few things, a few goodies. that I haven't maybe shown in the review. For some reason, some journalists switch everything off, so I like to have all of these safety features on, and the blind spot wasn't working during the day thanks to these features being switched off. Now they are. Okay, now let me show you the car here, and we're going to talk about fuel consumption as well. Now, nice white background illumination for these buttons. Same here. Now, if you press one of these, they go amber. If you lock the car, it's amber. You can disable the rear, it's amber. So that's that. Now, the screen looks amazing. Automatic brightness. Same with the digital cockpit. You can see the heads-up display is not flickering now, but that's how it looks in person. No flickering. And these are also, if you press here, you can switch off the AC completely. It's going to be just white, and if you turn it on, it's amber. So you can see that. Now, let me check here if there's a light. There's a cold light, so matching the interior. And I don't think there's a light in this one, so this one's blank regarding lights. Now, regarding ambient lights, let me find that. So lights, yeah, I think they're all here, or maybe no, yeah, they are. Now, there's this synchronized with AC, so if you increase the temperature, it goes red. If you decrease it, it goes blue, and it comes back to the color you selected. You can here use the slider, so let me show you that. So that's nice. You can choose whatever your heart desires, and it's pretty cool. I like that. Now, not sure which color I should run with this. Green, maybe amber, or orange with a green exterior color. Anyways, you can play with that, but whatever you like. Now, there is this dynamic, and I guess it's changing colors perhaps. You can see, it's just going on and off. Driver linkage, so there are, let me see, the menu hybrid, there is electric. Okay, so there are these sounds, so hybrid and engine. Now the electric isn't working currently because the battery is completely empty, and I was doing the fuel consumption test, so that's the reason why I didn't charge it up, because I want to point out how this is actually very efficient. It's keeps the battery, it's not completely empty, it's like in 20%, and when you're cruising, it's just using the electric motor, and then it just briefly turns on the petrol to recharge it a little bit, just enough, and switches it off. So if you're cruising 60, it's very fuel efficient. I'm going to come back to that in a moment. And there is two-tone. So okay, let's see what's changing. So this was the one on the top, obviously, one on the bottom. Okay, I guess this is sort of a color mix, because there's nothing at the bottom that I see. So, and then you can have the solid color, so that's that. Okay, now let's get to the fuel consumption. Okay, so this is the power consumption. You can see the battery is at 20-ish%. Now over here you can tap on the graph for the consumption. Now I'm just gonna go through this one real quick. Now if you press the little button here, use these arrows, you can see here average fuel consumption in last 100 kilometers is 1.6 liters. In current 50 kilometers, 3 liters. So very efficient. And I just stumbled upon an owner on the charging station, and I've asked him what's his fuel consumption. He says it's under 4 liters, that the car is amazing. He's super happy. Now if I go to the power consumption, it says here currently at 50 kilometers it was 4 kilowatts, on 100 it was 11, but it dropped my average this driving between 60 and 80 kilometers per hour, it's like average 60, was 16 and a half kilowatts on a full battery. So this is the battery when empty, so it's just you know, switching off when the petrol is turning on, and then briefly turning on, it's spending 11, or in the last 54 kilowatts, which is really efficient. So this car is super amazing, and you know, the fuel consumption is great. Now you can see here last 50, 3.9 regarding power, and last 100 it's 11. So this is when I use the battery, and then this is where I use the petrol in the hybrid mode. So the last 50, you can see this was like 20 kilometers EV, and then a little bit more than 20 was just hybrid. So EV petrol, so it's like a heartbeat sort of. And this is fuel consumption. In the last 50 kilometers I've spent 3 liters, and again in last 100 you can see I've driven electric only 1.6. So an amazing hybrid. Now I did drive a little bit more, so my average has dropped, and I did that, although I'm idling here, so the average will be dropping. But in the total here, or at least let me see here, in the last 1,000, almost 500 kilometers, I spent 2.5 kilowatts per 100 kilometers and 5.7 liters. I mean, that's all the journalists driving this car. So I hope this gives you some sort of insight to how fuel efficient this car is. I will go probably tomorrow or the next day to a Zadar with this car. I'm going to fuel it up, charge it up. I'm going to see how much I can pass just driving an electric. But considering I was spending 16 kilowatts per 100 kilometers and that this battery has 18, you can, even if you're driving really gently, cruising 60, you might pass 100 kilometers on a single charge, which is crazy. But I'm gonna see, you know, how much we can do in highway and what's the fuel consumption when the battery's empty on the way back. I'm gonna, you know, charge the car, drive it in the hybrid, and see, you know, what's the combined fuel consumption. But so far, amazing SUV. Now, I did cut in that, but here's the Apple CarPlay, and you can have satellite view, which is pretty cool. But one thing I'm missing here, I can't orient the map facing where the car is facing. So that's what I personally like to have. And this one is just like changing all the time, so it's not pointing where the car is pointing. But also just to show you, so you can see the icons, and the screen is amazing, and the whole thing looks amazing. This car is such a big deal. I think this is the best value for money in 26. Now, very bright lights. I did want to show you the fog lights. Okay, so it's like my standard, if you're new to the channel, lights. Okay, only have rear fog. It's a possibility that it might switch off. Okay, let's give it a try. I'm gonna engage this turn signal, and yeah, okay. So just quickly, yeah, you can see the fog light are actually. Oh, so since I've left the geofence zone, the car just, you know, decided to switch those off. You don't have the front fog lights, so you know, car will again unlock. One thing I wanted to show you as well is, and I can use my favorite here, cameras. Look at the camera resolution. It's pretty good. It's amazing. I wouldn't say Tesla good, but very close. After Tesla, probably the best. If I engage, you can see here. And by the way, the turn radius is amazing. This car can do crazy angles. Look at this. You can see the projection here. You can do crazy good. So considering this is a huge SUV, you can do like serious maneuvers on a tight parking spot. And yeah, I wanted to just show you this one so you can see the alloys. So this car is wow. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it here. You know, stay tuned for the point of view drive video, and it's gonna be a separate video, of course. So these videos aren't too long. You know, people have short attention span these days. So, but yeah, that's the new Geely Starray. Looks amazing. I think it's much better than the petrol Starray, which is completely different. Actually, this is called Geely Galaxy in China, but here they've decided to use the Starray name.